Do you think texting while driving is bad? Hopefully, the answer to that question was yes. Now, even though you think it's bad, have you done it? If we're all being honest here, I think every one of us has texted while we drove before. But it's not that bad, right? Well, no, it is not that bad, but as you do it, the consequences will build up over time. So every time you use your phone, that's another time you can risk getting into a car crash. With the increased use of phones, there's an increased risk of crashes. You may get away with it once or twice, but every time you text while drive, it's same as playing Russian roulette. There's a game that was very popular when I was younger called Bean Boozled. It was a game where you were given a jelly bean, and these jelly beans had two different variants for each color. One jelly bean of color would be a good jelly bean, the other one would be a bad jelly bean. So you would spin a wheel and you would roll, let's say I rolled a blue. That means I'll take a blue jelly bean, I get to pick one, and I'll eat it, and either get a good one or a bad one. If I get the bad one, that stinks because it does not taste good. If I get the good one, nothing really happens because it's a normal jelly bean. This is the same as texting while driving. Every time you text while driving, it's the same as reaching in and grabbing a jelly bean. Because even though it might seem harmless, it might just be a little bean. Take a bite out of that, and you're going to be suffering. So today I'll be talking about the problems, causes, and solutions of texting while driving. So some of the problems of texting by driving are by far the deaths. The National Highway Traffic Association reported that 3,308 people died due to car crashes in 2022. And the CDC on May 16th, 2024, reported that 9 people are killed daily from distracted drivers. And this includes not only people who are driving, but bystanders and other people in the car. You might be thinking to yourself, though, it's not that bad. What would happen if I looked down at my phone for a couple seconds? Well, a study on distracted driving showed that 5 seconds on your phone while driving on a freeway would be the equivalent to driving an entire football stadium blind. Now you can see where I'm getting with this. It is a recipe for disaster because driving blind, you can easily hit someone. Same with other drivers, is that when you drive, you have to be safe not only for yourself, but for others. And if you're gonna drive while being distracted, it can be a problem for others too. Because a highway or a road is just like a puzzle. If some pieces aren't fitting, it's gonna be chaos. Now that I've talked about some of the problems, let me talk about some of the causes. The International Journal of Injury Control and Safety Promotion stated that texting while driving is most commonly caused by a sense of urgency to respond to others. By elaborating on this, is texting while driving, put simply, is caused because you feel the need to talk to someone. You feel the need to respond to someone right away. You can't wait. It's due to a lack of patience. The Forbes advisory on March 28th, 2024 said that texting is a major problem because people don't understand the gravity of the situation. Because people don't understand the gravity of how it's a big problem, they're not going to think that it needs to change. Some other causes could be just easy distractions, such as you wanted to put on music on your phone, you wanted to change the music, you wanted to finish a conversation, you had a phone call. All of these can cause a crash because you're distracted. You might just be addicted to your phone, which at that point, just don't be addicted. Being addicted is dumb. Now that I've talked about some causes, let me move on to some solutions. The Wharton Global Youth Program on August 8th, 2019 said that it is important to remember that you don't only control your own car, but it also happens to others. Now when you're driving, even if you're being safe, you always have to be careful because someone else might not be safe. That's the thing about driving and why it can be dangerous, is because your life in your car isn't only affected by you, it's affected by everybody else on the road. And the same goes for you. If you're not being safe, if you're being a distracted driver, you can be harming others around you. So it's always important to remember to put others before yourself. That way you can keep everybody safe. TheDriveSafely.com on December 12th, 2022 said that texting while driving is a big deal and should be treated as such. Since texting while driving is a major problem, it should be treated like a major problem with major consequences. As a kid, you were probably spanked, or you were grounded, or you were punished in some way whenever you did something wrong. This was to build up in your mind, I don't want to do that again because I'm going to get punished. The same is with consequences while texting while driving. If you make the consequences large and hard, people will be less inclined to do it and will take it more seriously. Some other solutions to texting while driving is just to silence your phone. You won't know if you get text, you won't respond to text if you just silence your phone. Another way is just to put your phone where you can't see it or you can't grab it. This is the same as out of sight, out of mind. If you can't see your phone, you're not going to be thinking about it. And if you are thinking about it, you're addicted, and you shouldn't be addicted to your phone. That's bad. And if you have a conversation that's so important that you need to respond, then just pull over. Take the extra minute to pull over so you're no longer driving, you're no longer being a hazard, and just finish your conversation and then get back on the road. And lastly, make sure that you are enforcing it to your peers. If you can talk a big game about texting while driving is bad, all this and all that, but if you're doing it, no one's going to take you seriously. You need to enforce that texting while driving is a horrible problem and that it needs to be fixed. That means if you see your friends texting while driving, tell them stop. Tell them it's dangerous. You need to set an example while texting while driving. So in conclusion, I talked about the deaths and what caused it and how we can fix it. Hopefully, I spread awareness about this problem, that we can be extra careful and create more safe environments for driving. Because if we do that, we can play a game of Bean Boozled that doesn't have any bad jelly beans. It can be a safer road and a safer environment for your everyday life. Together, we can solve this problem. We just need to put in the work and we need to try. Thank you.